rowdy bunch when you left there. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
For the record, my idea of rowdy was I moved to get a knife bag.
I took
Hey,
a hoot.
Let's
Look at
rock
that.
and roll.
excellent connection. And you know what? It's going to stay that way this week.
I don't believe you. Yeah,
That's why. Yeah, I barely believe it myself.
this week. And the Interstellar? You didn't tell me about that one either, you sons of bitches. Anyway, for those of us who haven't watched this live for the live stream, jump ahead roughly about 15 minutes to see the Kershaw Bel Air first impressions and review, as well as the Kershaw Interstellar.
I thought you knew the
Which is-
Interstellar.
Well, yeah, but you guys just said, yeah, oh yeah, by the way, we're doing the Bel Air.
Yeah.
And I brought up one extra window, and now you're making me bring up
It's okay.
two extra windows.
It's okay. We're a few minutes late starting, but we still have a few minutes to go. So before we get to the review portion,
Time.
yeah,
I'm gonna bring up a third window.
don't you
to
dare!
search ways to hurt you, sons of
Don't
bitches.
you dare! You don't have to search. You know.
Oh, I know many ways. I just need some inspiration sometimes.
Oh,
He wants some new ones.
it's confirmation
Yeah.
bias. Yeah. Google
How
said
I
I
design my
should.
knives. I look at
Oh.
other people's designs and said I can make that better. And no, it's
Too real, and too specific.
Oh.
Yeah. So, anyone playing with fancy new stuff?
You're half right.
Yeah.
Well, I've got both of those categories covered, so
Yeah.
Well, I have one of those covered, kind of.
I don't buy it.
I've
I'll steal it later.
got
It's
an old
funny you say
standby.
that. Yeah, you do. Let's throw that up. What's your old boy?
The old standby is my Rask.
Your Rask.
Yeah, you know, the Rask.
Rask.
The thing that I totally don't have. Yeah, my Norseman. Excuse me.
You really need to get that sorted out because you've done that on more than one occasion.
Yeah, that's as soon as it happens once, it will happen for infinity.
And beyond.
That,
We're
that
stuck,
connection
you
was
see.
made in my brain, and now it will never not be made in my brain.
I see.
Indeed.
Little monochrome.
Yeah, a little bit. The
Just-
purple and pink light that I had shining on this really highlighted all the things nicely in black and white.
I guess that's one way to do it.
We'll take your word for it.
I don't know if you did that right, Paul.
You'll see.
Well, is there a second picture where you pizzazz it up a little bit?
Not tonight.
Is there a before and after here?
Not tonight. He's
You're
double
just gonna
dipping, folks. He's double
Yes,
dipping.
hang it,
I'm double dipping.
Oh,
being lazy on your daily carries just to get
I'm
away
not.
with
I'm not saying it's going to be next week's carry,
holding out.
but there will be a point in the future where I'll be like, "Shit, I forgot to take a picture." Wait a minute. And by that
Garbage,
point,
sir.
you will have long forgotten about this photo.
You would
He's-
think that.
he's gonna print out a picture and like tape it to the side of his monitor so that he can always just have it be like, haha, I got you.
Just a screenshot of the live stream, the three of us there, the black and white. Yeah. Dates time stamped, the whole 9 yards.
It's,
Excellent. So you've been carrying this knife for a while now, and I know we generally don't ask questions about each other's EDCs, but any new revelations with carrying it lately?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, I know it's we kind of talk on and off about it being difficult to justify using a $1,600 knife
Piece
for
of
much of anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you found many use cases for it yet? Have you started to allow yourself to use it?
I have not as of yet, but it is quickly approaching.
That is good.
It's I am allowing myself a grace period of low use, specifically because I got that what's it called? The Holt haptic.
Mm.
And as soon as an option was available, that knife was gone. So until I know 100% definitively that there is no chance that I'm going to let this go, I don't want to start using it. But once I know for a fact that it's mine and I'm keeping it, it's going to get used because it's going to be in my pocket.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
I
might
think,
do a 30 days of Norseman challenge or something when
yeah,
I hit that point.
that wouldn't be bad. I've always thought the Norseman was perhaps a better iteration of the Zulu blade pattern, but I really liked my Zulu for the time that I did carry it and use it consistently. I think you'll find the Norseman quite useful, even if it is very strange.
Yeah, I think so. It's I will say this. I have used it mildly. I've eaten a steak with it, things like this.
Yeah,
And
really low impact kind of.
she's slicey.
Yeah, I
Oh
believe
yeah.
it. Nice, nice.
Shout out to Ben. He's using the Wasp Nests bushcrafter that was made by Nigel, former member of the channel. Good
Absolutely.
stuff.
Cool.
Good stuff. Joe, what are you carrying?
Right. Carrying something I should have been carrying a long time ago. Finally took home the Perrin Bowie. Been sitting
There you
on
go.
this thing for a long while, and while I didn't carry it too much around the house today, it did slice up some pizza last night. So, yeah, pizza.
Does it make a good pizza knife?
The
It
old
was-
pizza Bowie.
It was okay. It was okay. The Condor Hudson Bay Bowie actually ended up being slightly better for the task, just because the blade was a little bit longer. But it was fun. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Street Beat from Spyderco, and the Street Bowie, also from Spyderco, designed by Fred Perrin. This is based off of the custom, I believe, is how that story goes.
Okay.
Yeah, made by Max Knives in France, 440C. Just a weird knife, but something I've wanted for a long time. So happy to finally be able to take it home. Comes
It's a
with
pretty
this
cool thing.
nifty Kydex sheath with open back, sort of a tech lock style thing going on here.
It's for a
Pretty
quicker
adjustable.
draw, you see.
Oh
You
yeah,
can be
because
snap cutting it out there at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time here.
Absolutely.
for the record, I'm not gonna sharpen that sledge, mostly because it would be a bitch of a job to do. But I'm not doing those things.
Do you feel the urge to go sha 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 when you pull it out?
Oh, feel the urge. I've done it multiple times.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, out of curiosity,
It's like pocket sand.
did you put a pink and purple light on your picture too before you turned it to black and white?
No, both of these knives are actually.
I was gonna say that's a color photo.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. The moment
No,
was
absolutely.
there. It was good.
It is.
Uh,
This could
Dick-
have been a black and white photo and no one would notice.
Dick Richards, how you doing? What are you carrying tonight?
Indeed. Oh, what are we doing tonight? Oh, knives, I see. Indeed.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, that whole thing. Oh, you.
It's old hat at this point.
So I guess that leaves me. I guess that just leaves me. So,
Yes.
being that it is the time of year where Benchmade likes to give back to the community by doing a once a year little shindig. And every year I also do the shindig. I mean, discreetly, because the boy don't dance. But it's a little shindig from time to time. Doesn't hurt a guy, right? So the shindig's the shot show. The Benchmade knife is the shot show knife this year.
It's this guy.
It was a 945. It was a 945.
Absolutely.
That's the shindig I was doing. But it's like, I don't know, is it a Sithy? What is the
Guys are
what
saying
is the
Sith.
vibe?
It's
don't
not.
know.
It's not Sith. It's not Sith. The handle's not
What is-
black.
What's
Sorry.
the vibe?
Yeah,
Anyway,
no, but
it's
I said to I like the color scheme there behind. I like that.
Yeah.
So that was also picking
Paint
out.
swatches.
Yeah. For the record, the bottom corner in the emerald sapphire
Okay.
is what we went with ultimately. Sparkling emerald. Sorry, my mistake. Sparkling emerald was the winner.
All right.
But yes,
Good
anyway,
choice. Nice and dark.
S90.
I said to Mark a couple days ago at work that it gives me the vibe of like, oh, the brothers, the that group that hunts down Jedi
Oh, you guys are
with their
nerds.
stupid lightsabers that spin all around and stuff.
Oh, the Inquisitors.
It gives me
Yeah.
Inquisitor vibes.
It's pretty nifty, regardless. I do find it funny that they went with silver thumb studs and silver access lock, but black everything else for the hardware. It's an
And
interesting combo.
It's a choice, yeah.
silver standoffs.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, very odd.
You need to put a silver clip on this thing for sure.
No, black clip. Black hardware on it too. Very strange. Interesting mix and match on this bad boy, but it's fun either way.
Don't mind it.
And it is now surpassed the smaller pouch, so I had to break out the Wii and Civivi pouch for the
Oh.
SHOT Show knives now.
There you go.
Nice.
And yeah, we will now be adding that bad boy to the SHOT Show.
We should probably do like a SHOT Show collection video just to show off all the crap you've accumulated from Benchmade over the years.
Yeah, there's some things. There's some crap.
I say crap, but there's some pretty nice crap in there too. Like,
There's a mini ruckus. Oh,
Yeah.
stiff. Oh, she's stiff. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, good times. Good times. So yeah, little SHOT Show action
nice.
from this year.
Absolutely.
I don't even know. I don't know how I'm going to display this. I might display it on the back wall. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
There you go. Hang it from the handle.
Something. It's got
Yeah,
some
yeah.
nylon straps. I might be able to work something out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Could be good. Yeah.
How many
Well,
of those
look at
things do
that.
you have?
How many of the SHOT Show knives?
Yeah.
I guess that would be 13 out of the 15.
Yeah, you
I see.
said you had only missed one or two
Yeah.
models. Do you know which ones you missed?
Yeah. It's a mini ruckus. The year before I got into this, and I know someone who has one. Black Frost. Give it to me. Gimme. And the other one, I don't know who has it, but they made a I believe it was like a blue and cream colored volley
Okay.
Ooh,
in 2016.
hold up.
And that's the other one I'm missing. And that was when our company Cutting Edge decided to change hands, and the new ownership was not down on the SHOT Show vibes and didn't realize what was getting into. And so they missed out on that year's SHOT Show knife.
That is an interesting colorway for that G10. I wish I could find a bigger photo, but yeah.
Have we said hello to Stanson?
Not yet. I was about to. Stanson,
There you
how
go.
we doing? What are you carrying? What are you drinking? All the things. 2016 SHOT Show knife. That's the one.
I dig that actually.
Hey, look,
Okay.
me knowing what year it was and everything.
I'd carry that thing.
That's cool as hell. I've always loved the
And the
volley
other-
handle, but those colors are
and-
nice.
The other one is the first one that they did, which was the 2009. Because I believe that was the first SHOT Show knife they did.
It was the mini ruckus, you said?
I believe, or I don't think it was a full size ruckus. I think it's a mini. Where did you find? Which website is it that you're looking at the 2016 one?
I'm gonna have to go back. That
Sorry.
was Blade Ops.
Blade ups.
Blade Ops.
This is Disco.
Interesting.
Out of stock, Discoed, but this is Worth Point I'm using to see these oddly cropped photos. Can I? Okay, their website's like busted to hell right now. So weird. Can I do it this way? That's a terrible thumbnail. Oh.
This website's so old.
Yeah, I don't know. I've used Worth Point recently, and it usually there we go. I don't know why it turned up so crappy the first time. Hey, that's kind of neat. Some black and blue G10 with some 3D milling. Half serrations though. What a shame.
Hey, you gotta take what you can.
So I noticed two patents here. Is one for the access lock and the other one for the design of the knife?
Probably the other one is the secondary lock that's on the barrage. It was
Oh,
also
right.
on the other, and the first one's nitrous. This one's a nitrous assist.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
it's a
That's
nitrous
cool.
assist plus the secondary lock.
Wow.
That's kind of neat.
That's a nifty combo. Do I have a nitrous assist to show to people here? Yeah, I do. Little torrent, little
I
bars
was
that
gonna
are at the
add,
back end, and they kick the blade forward once it goes past a certain point.
that's pretty neat. That's a neat mechanism.
CPM, how's it going? Long time no see.
Hey,
What are
hey.
you carrying? What are you drinking? For the record, Joe, I don't miss that torrent.
Good, because I fucking love it. It's great.
It's a cool knife, and if it was maybe lefty compatible, I'd miss it more than I do. But
That's
tip
entirely fair.
tip down's weird as shit. So
I have
Yeah.
so many tip down knives in my collection now.
I mean, at least it would be
Um,
safe in your left pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. But opening it, I guess you'd always have to.
Oh, you'd
Reverse
be
flick it.
grabbing it stupid like.
Well, let's see. You'd grab it from that corner, then it's in your hand like this. You'd have to turn and then reverse flick that. Yeah, no, that's annoying. Anyway.
Reverse flick is my favorite way to open a thumb stud.
Yeah, but it's spring assisted. The access angle from I don't. It just doesn't work.
That's fair.
Hey, we're at 7:35, and we haven't even talked about tonight's knives.
hey,
I know we stepped all over your transition there, and I apologize, Joe.
No, it's all good. I got carried away with it immediately as well.
No, it was perfect. That like it was on point, and it was good.
It was. Oh, Dick asking about the Fred Perrin. Sure. Yeah, I'll show you again. It's so wear a large glove, fits like so. Deep finger choil. Man, this thing's comfy. It's fun. It's tactical. I'll probably just go die in the woods with it, but so Italian bushcrafting. It's not a
Okay, there you
dagger
go.
though, so before I go bushcrafting, I should sharpen that swedge. In all
Absolutely.
seriousness, though, this makes me want the baby Bowie as well. This is a good size. I would probably take it as like a hiking knife, but I want the little guy too now.
I was gonna say you getting that knife makes me want one of the like street beats and stuff like that much more.
Oh, dude, the one with the polished handle, the old one. Fuck.
Yeah.
There's not many things I regret not picking up. As far as fixed blades go, that's one of them.
in Italy.
There's a smaller version of that though.
So there is a smaller version of this called the Baby Bowie. It's a little bit shorter. I think it's a 4-inch blade instead of the 6 or so that this is.
Okay.
But the Spyderco Street Beat is about the same size as the Baby Bowie.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Just buy a Texas Creek Bowie instead. It's fine. It's
Texas
fine.
Creek Bowie. Who's that?
Don't worry. No, it tops. It's
Ah.
deep diving away from Kershaw, Bel Air, and Interstellar, you say. Knife from last year that no one cares about, and a brand new knife that everyone cares about. I know how we'll be titling this one.
Ooh.
New 2024 Bel Air. Explosion.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm gonna use fire emojis for sure.
Nuclear bomb.
Absolutely.
And then do I get like little confetti for the Interstellar? Just a little confetti. How do you emote like a little confetti as opposed to just confetti in general? I don't think
Like
there's a good way to do it.
It's already on the ground. It's just like the flakes.
Oh, party's over. Party's been over for at least a year, pal.
Yeah, it's you get the leftover confetti. We were celebrating something else, But then there's also this Interstellar.
What kind of band would be called Leftover Confetti?
Oh,
What are they saying?
not
Like
punk.
what
Not
genre?
not punk.
Lounge, for sure.
Yeah,
That is some
I could see that.
serious Vegas lounge music going on there. That's yeah.
Leftover Confetti sounds like
What-
a sad title for an album, but if it's a band, yeah, lounge is about right. Maybe jazz. Maybe like
I was gonna say jazz.
what's like an offshoot, like a little bit more calm, a little bit more sad jazz, whatever that is, that band. That's yeah. Anyway,
On that
nice.
note, happy trombone noises, explosion, explosion.
Yep.
So Kershaw with an access lock, you say?
Indeed.
Yeah.
OTFs we're allowed to have in Canada, you say?
Yeah.
Some
I'm
other
annoyed by-
things, you say?
Where are we starting?
That's it. That's the show. We
Do
could
we
start
make
with
people
the.
wait?
Nah, we could do the Bel Air first. It's more interesting.
All right.
Well,
It's gonna
not
get
to
'em.
me, but broadly speaking, it's the more interesting of the two. Oh, I feel like a dick. The one thing I should have done a size comparison with, I didn't actually take a picture of it next to a bug out. I'm going to see if I can find someone else who may have taken a photo.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna do some specs. It's a 3-inch blade on the nose. It is CPM Magna Cut at a 62 to 64 Rockwell. It is 2.3 mils thick. Overall with a 7.2 weight of 2.9 ounces. Trying to play bug out game. Cerakote on the handle because it's aluminum. I always thought it was G10. I was getting that mixed up. Black wash coating. Anything else that we're missing? KVT, access lock, Duralock. What do they call theirs? Crossbar.
Did Kershaw Durlock yet?
Durlock,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because you have to have a name. No, you don't. I'm pretty sure. Doesn't Hogue just call theirs a crossbar lock? I don't think
Most
they have
everybody else calls it a crossbar lock.
Sure. It's kind of like calling a lockback. It's crazy.
Or a liner lock or a frame lock
Yeah.
literally all of it.
Aluminum scales, you say?
Aluminum.
2.9 ounces,
Aluminium.
you say?
And I did find a size comparison with a bug out. Here you go. It's from Reddit. I apologize, but there you go.
So, the
I find this-
Osborne's 2.4 ounces. This thing's 2.9.
Okay.
So, full steel liners,
Well, of course.
not skeletonized
cutouts.
at all. No.
No, you need something to put that ambidextrous pocket clip into.
I-
Full steel.
Don't think I actually got a photo of the inside of the knife illuminated, but yeah, it's not skeletonized at all.
I was like, whose car are you in right now, Joe? It's
It's,
fancy.
it's Reddit's car. I don't know who this
It's
Reddit is.
Reddit's Mr. Reddit. That's Dr. Reddit. Thank you.
I didn't go to 7 years of Reddit school.
Ugh. Oh, I almost threw up because I know for a fact that it's a real thing out there somewhere.
Oh, I guarantee people are going to
Reddit
Reddit school right now.
Oh,
Getting schooled by Reddit.
I don't like it. I don't like any of that.
No. You shouldn't.
So yeah, does this knife have $1 million butterfly tax stick? Dick
Ah.
Richards, sorry.
It's
I think it does. I think
Yeah.
it does, sir.
it's 3 bones, CAD.
Yeah, so she pricey. MSRP
Is that-
is what?
Is that what she dropped in at?
I think she's $299.99.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
It could be worse.
So-
Could
That's
be
what I'm saying.
worse.
Slightly 3D machined aluminum, Magna Cut, ball bearings made in the States. Does that justify the price bump? Paul and I were briefly talking that it's kind of an ongoing discussion right now as far as like Magna Cut.
What should make it cost?
Where should it fall in the spectrum of pricing? It doesn't seem to be more difficult to machine or to sharpen or to do much with than S30V or 154. CM when it's annealed, stuff like that. But apparently, heat treating is a little bit tricky. Like the actual process of heat treating and keeping your blade straight, and it's more tricky with MagnaCut for whatever reason. I don't know that that necessarily justifies the price leap.
But-
You were also getting things like blurs in MagnaCut from Kershaw that are not quite as expensive, I don't think. Were they 270, 260? Or were they
Yeah.
280?
290.
Oh shit! Really? Okay, I
Yeah.
take that credit. I take that back. Cause wow. All right.
I was literally gonna say I think I would take this package over a Blur
Um,
at that price point with the
Well,
$10 difference.
I was gonna say on the point of MagnaCut and steel pricing and what it's worth, y'all are doing it wrong. What you do here is you grab some 420 high carbon and you put a grappling hook on it and you charge $1,000.
That's okay, but yeah, that's true.
That's the answer. This
Look,
MagnaCut
Kershaw,
steel.
I don't-
It's
I-
for the fancy man pocket knife that you can see the bulge in the pocket.
Is
You know,
Kershaw... yeah,
those
the bulge.
bulging pocket
Well,
boys.
no, I'm not.
Oh, sorry.
Is
Channeling some Uncle Randy there for a minute.
Oh, a
It's,
little
yeah.
bit.
Ben is claiming it's $384.99 in Canadian dollars, and I think he's doing a price conversion.
No, that's
Um,
what it says on Kershaw Canada's website. See,
I tried to go to Cutting Edge and prove him wrong because we were looking at it yesterday in the system, and I'm pretty sure they're 300.
I'm
So unless
reasonably
there's
certain I remember that as well.
something that's going to be changed very quickly.
for us, no, we're just competitive bitches.
There you go.
It's good. Don't worry about it. Buy them all up. Buy them right now. I don't think it's on the website yet.
It is not. That's I was trying to look it up.
Well, damn, son. Okay, we'll get to a Cutting Edge ASAP because they're not gonna last long.
They're not going to last long.
I was gonna say the on sale price converted. Let's do. Straight conversion is 270, but that's off their sale price. The regular price 249. It'll be 335. Yeah, fairly competitive.
Yeah.
But-
Speaking of fairly competitive,
If you type in the word bell on Cutting Edge website, you do get some duty belts. So at the very least, go buy one of those. You know, why
Yeah,
not?
there you go.
Yeah, cool.
also a belly dancing sword.
Wear the belt while you duty.
Well,
Well, the duty is the dance with the sword, right?
oh,
you
you
yeah,
could get the closed bellows face helmet from Hanwei. You
That
should
just
definitely get that.
completes the ensemble. It's hard to balance a sword on that helmet, though. Let me tell you, it's got a
Spin it real fast.
slippery slope on that one, literally.
That sounds ill-advised. Yes. All right. Yeah. What do you guys think about the direct comparison here?
How much is the skeletonizing?
None. There's no skeletonizing on the. Okay, outside
Solid.
of the pocketing for the lock bar to go through and the pivot, but there's no no lattice
Steel.
work, no holes removed, nothing like that.
I want to see lattice skeletonizing. That would be perfect. Yeah.
It'd be great.
I can grow some ivy all up in my knife.
Yeah,
So
right
the
through that crossbar lock.
the best tech Ivy should have had lattice work on the inside of the handles. That's all I'm saying.
That's the right answer.
That seems like a really silly thing for me to pay extra money for.
Or
And
at
yet-
least like thorned
Wasn't there a
ivy
what
milling.
was that knife from Wii that had the lattice work? They EDM'd out.
Oh, it's a new
little-
one.
Yeah, what the hell's
Yeah,
that thing
yeah,
called?
it's a new one that has the little cage. Anyway, Bel Air, you say?
The
Indeed.
Harpin. Sorry, had to find out the name, but it was the Harpin. Yeah, the Bel Air. Let's
Um,
talk about the knife we're here to talk about.
Ambidextrous pocket clip. Thanks, Kershaw. I
Yeah.
appreciate you,
Could you repeat the blade stock
Fuckers.
thickness?
What, 2.3?
Yeah,
That's okay.
fucker slicey. It's
Yeah, it's okay.
well, come on.
With full flat, and it's okay. They put a thumb stud on it for all your pleasure, just to hang up on a 3-inch blade. But that's
I mean,
okay.
How else would you open it? Are you
Spidey
advocating
hit-
for?
They put a spidey hole in it. There's enough of a finger choil. They could have done it.
I don't think they're allowed though, right?
Yeah, get some kind permission. Other
There you
people
go.
have gotten kind permission.
Oh, I forgot they use that phrasing all the time. With kind permission from Spider Code. Yeah. Also Cold Steel. They got kind permission. He was
Yeah,
probably
true
kinder
facts.
going to Cold Steel.
Yeah. Breaking desks.
Well,
Um,
try harder.
I just made a new one. I don't need to break this one.
I just want to say one thing about this blade.
No.
Okay.
Fuck you. Next knife.
Yeah, Interstellar. You can talk about that knife. Go ahead. No.
Oh my god.
I just find the blade a much more interesting blade design than the bug out.
Okay, so what they did here, you see, is they came out with an iridium that looked like a bug out. And then they came out with a Warncliffe iridium that looked like this knife. And the Warncliffe iridium probably sold a crap ton more. And they're like, well, I guess I know what blade shape we're putting on our Bel Air.
Yep.
It's the right choice.
2 years ago, they just came out with iridiums with both of these blade shapes. And then it's surprising. Well, like if you look at the sheep's foot iridium or Warncliffe iridium or whatever, how similar those two knives are.
May as well bring that up, actually.
I mean, it's even similar to silly things like the PPT, as far as like profile.
Yeah. You're going to try to put your index finger up in that little top groove there? Like you do with PPT?
Oh, you're talking about the reverse
Smock it up a little bit?
Tonto. Reverse
No.
Tonto. It's a
Oh, is that what
knife.
they're calling theirs? Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
What's the difference?
I
Straighter line?
I don't know anymore. I honestly don't. I don't have a fucking clue. Like people started calling the 940 reverse Tonto forever ago. That's what I do that blade shape as. But then years later, learned that it was designed off of a spade blade. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes way
Yeah.
more sense. Calling it a spade blade instead of calling this a reverse Tonto. It's a spade. Okay, yeah, that makes. But it's too late. Reverse Tonto caught on. It's everywhere. The battle is
Reverse
lost.
Tonto in my mind is something that cuts out. It's got
Drums in the deep.
two cutting points, but it's on the top is the initial cutting point.
Oh,
It's a
that's
Pical.
terrible. I know there were like reverse bladed. Oh no, you're talking about those the flower cutting knives, the the flower tontos, the samurai. Yeah. Anyway, though that's
Now we're
deeply off
talking.
topic.
All right, yes. Like I said, not much difference. Even sharpening choil, where the access lock sits, thumb studies, everything about it.
It's extremely
Screams.
similar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now, yes, it's expensive, but comparing it to a more apt knife for that comparison, I think would be the M390, an aluminum handled bug out. And pricing on that is pretty aggressive comparatively speaking. You're getting MagnaCut, you're getting aluminum. What more do you want? Oh, ball bearings? Well, they give you that too.
Here, have a Cerakote. It's harder than the aluminum underneath
How
it.
dry? How dry are the ball bearings?
Not. If they're dry, they're meant to be. Like it's actually quite a smooth action.
Meant
It's-
to be.
It's like
Ball bearings are meant to be dry.
it's smoother than this is right now.
One thing
Oh,
I
fix your
probably-
Norseman. Nothing should
Yeah.
be smoother than that is.
No, it's got
Jesus.
some schmutz in it.
Yeah,
apparently.
that's embarrassing, dude.
the only other knife that should be
me.
smoother.
That I know you.
So
Ah,
oh
fuck
wow.
you and never change.
yeah, that was. I felt the emotional damage from here. What would you say is smoother, Paul? Trying to account for blade weight, your Skaha or your Norseman?
Probably my Norseman when it's in good running condition.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Should be
fair
the
enough.
answer. Should be.
I genuinely might tear this thing down as we're talking, and
You're like ashamed into doing some maintenance on
Uh-huh.
It's a very effective motivator for him. We'll have to keep that in mind.
shame is the best motivator. Yeah.
So I don't know if Dennis has a bug out or if Paul has a bug out ready to compare to this,
Sure.
but
Okay, I got a bailout. That's a mini skirmish.
how similar
Like,
is
I'm not even close to the right knife.
it's all good. How similar is the transition on that Tang? I've got a new photo up now. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it right away. It might take a second to delay. But that little hooky boy that should mash for the detent, it's actually quite crisp on this knife,
Oh,
the Bel Air.
there's no hooky boy. What the
There's no
hell?
hooky boy?
What?
No?
It's a square detent. Like, there's no
Yeah.
hooky.
No? No
Come
hooky?
on, that's silly. That's silly town.
Well, you're looking at the wrong area entirely.
Well, on the inside here.
So the hook that's on the Bel Air, like you'd have to open your knife like this. It's the part of the knife that the blade tang that actually pushes the lock bar down. I had to hold it down.
I see what hooky boy you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay,
that little
yeah,
hooky
yeah,
boy. Because my webcam is not doing great with my shaky ass hands
yeah.
right now.
It's a mild hooky boy.
Okay. Because the Kershaw seems pretty crisp, and the action felt appropriately snappy, maybe partially because of that as well.
I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I
it's
was
hard to-
saying, what's his name? We were talking about it recently, Joe.
Mine needs to be Q-tip
The-
though. My hooky boy.
Oh, you always
The,
got to Q-tip those hooky boys.
Custom blade maker.
Oh,
I
shit.
was saying that I saw a photo of one of his knives recently, and it had similar hook to the Bel Air.
Oh, transparent.
Transparent. The word invisible kept going through my brain, and I'm like, that is not it.
Not correct.
Invisible knives. It's
Yeah, the scourge we were
Yeah.
all warned about.
he
You were-
makes them so thin you don't even see them.
That'll be $300.
He does make a slicey blade.
He reblades bug outs. I think is what Paul's talking. I don't know if he's got
Yeah.
like any standalone models or if he just reblades stuff. But and I say just he does put a decent amount of effort into making them look nice most of the time. But
Yep.
I
You
say
don't
most
know.
of the time because matters of taste. But there's that. Yeah, they returned to doing one of my favorite things to see on Kershaw. It's these little hexagonal shapes to the back ends of their pivots.
Why
I
is that
know-
your favorite thing?
Oh, it's just kind of cool. Like I don't know. It's whenever I think of like older ZTs, especially like you see it here in the 620. You'll see it on the Skyline. You see it on a bunch of those. Like it's just kind of neat. And I remember thinking even back then, like, oh, that's that's kind of a neat use of hardware. Like it looks fairly industrial, but it does serve a decent purpose. Got to be pretty secure, you would think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I just think they're neat. That's all. What I think is a little odd is how the hardware for the bar is actually a different color than the rest of the hardware, and I don't know if there's a reason for that or if they just decided to Cerakote it a different color or what that is.
No, it matches the iridium. You see, it's
Is the radium also oddly
no,
colored?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm just
Fair.
being a smart ass.
Yeah, understandable.
There's a fair amount of schmutz in this knife.
Used it as a testing ground for this knife, right? But yeah.
Yeah.
So blackwash is a choice.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
Do you think it's
We've,
the wrong choice?
Yeah.
Putting any coating on a MagnaCut blade is the wrong choice.
Yeah, but you can hide up your fuck up. You can hide your fuck ups that way. But you could also
Own them. Own those fuck up, Joe. Own every
You-
single one of them.
They also could have just stonewashed the blade as it was. They didn't need to blackwash it. Just a regular stonewash.
Yeah,
would be
just
cool.
a heavy stonewash would have been great. Would have been great.
I guess from a marketing perspective, it's a little bit more visually distinctive. You have the darker blade, the brighter handle. I guess would be the reasoning behind that. Because yeah, MagnaCut really shouldn't need to be coated ever with anything outside of an aesthetic preference.
I could concur with that. Congree even.
And I know it looks like this thing has a really heavy wire burr on the blade, and that's because it does. No,
Nice,
that
nice.
actually could be just the very apex of the edge, just rounded slightly and reflecting light. I didn't feel a really prominent burr with my thumb after feeling it when taking this picture. What I probably should have done was examine the edge with a flashlight like I normally do, but I blanked on it. Didn't do that. And for those curious, all I really mean is shining a light down the front of the blade to see the reflection, and it's not going to work on webcam, so I'm not going to blind people, I don't think. Yeah. Anyway, just using that to check can sometimes give you more information than what you can feel with your fingies. Deep carry pocket clip, I think you mentioned in the specs. That is a blurry as hell photo. Let me see if I have a better one here. Yeah. They sort of countersunk the screws. Like, not enough to snag on your pants or anything like that, but I would have expected the screws to go deeper than that. Either that or be like, what's a good example here? Like a Spyderco screw head where they're purposefully rounded on top instead of like conical
Domi.
countersunk, but like above. But the pocket clip was tight, so yeah.
Well, it's close. Shh.
But is it $300 close?
But no
Yeah,
cigar.
Benjamin thinks so.
Well, luckily this isn't a Benchmade. How much do you think this would be if it was a Benchmade?
Oh, that's a fun game.
Yeah, I'll just throw
You're
up
in
some of the
the
pictures here. The
you're
Tang
in the
engagement.
480.
Yeah,
Yeah, so keeping
Five
that in
hundred
mind.
50. Yeah,
they're Cerakote. They're gonna charge you extra.
everything's Cerakote now.
Cerakote and Blackwash.
So
Yeah.
so they can. Do you blackwash and then Cerakote, or Cerakote and then blackwash?
Well, first one, then the other. Clearly.
Yeah, but which one and then
Well,
the other?
To answer that question, you'll have to pay Benchmade $50.
Is that just the butterfly tax? That's just anytime you buy a Benchmade? That's the
much.
$50. Like, seriously.
Probably true.
Probably. You see how much one of their sharpeners costs nowadays?
Yes.
They don't even make their own sharpeners. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they just brace them.
Fucking zing! But yeah.
So yeah, the little design up around the pivot there on the aluminum. That's a thing. It's a thing. Pinch
Up and
grippies.
around the pivot. Oh yeah.
No, just the aluminum casting or whatever they are milling. Yeah.
Casting. Think they'd pull a CRKT? Yeah, I mean theoretically, possible. I was gonna say maybe the upper cutout would be good for having a stone avoiding contact with the handle, but that doesn't make a ton of sense because the thumb stud's gonna be taller anyway. So
It's just design aesthetic.
yeah, I think it's just
They're like,
flavor.
let's not be that boring.
Well, I'm glad they did fucking
Swoosh.
something, but
Yeah.
I kind of wish they had done a little bit more.
No, bug outs aren't a little bit more.
The bug outs
Yeah.
are a little bit more. They're fucking starburst on their aluminum, and then the injection molded handles have like grippy diamond texture. They're textured to shit. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Like, look at that.
Sorry, they did 1911
Willis?
grip it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that I would have liked it if this was 1911 grip, but well, I guess now I'm just being
Starburst.
too much of a picky bitch. Okay, but
I'll take
Starburst,
Starburst about every time.
yeah,
Depends on how fast it fires. What's the
I think-
reload time on that?
14, 15, maybe even 16.
That's just arbitrary numbers, but okay.
Don't ask me if I'm talking about minutes, seconds, hours.
Oh yeah,
don't worry about it.
No, that's good enough. Like, all right. At least I know what to tell someone if they ask.
Look, we got an answer for everything. Whether you
Comes
like it or
up.
not, well,
Does it make sense? No. Don't come at me with that bullshit.
Yeah. I- to be honest, I am glad they did something to make this stand out, and I feel like it would have felt too derivative of the bug out had they just done the starburst pattern. Even though I love starburst patterns, I think they need to become more common. But right now, this is already like super derivative of a bug out. Um,
Well, I
I
mean, it's got a little bit of CJRB Warncliffe Pyrite too. It's fine. It's fine.
they
A
could
little
rip
bit
off
of
multiple people. It's okay. Uh, but
Is it?
well, don't worry about it. One thing I do like that they have included here is a handle. Again, like I was talking about with the parent having a finger choil and then a sweep. I know I'm illustrating using the skyline here, but it's on the Bel Air too. That does make it a bit more distinctive from the extremely neutral grip that the bug out has, which means I don't know. It doesn't necessarily feel like I'm actually further back from the blade, relatively speaking, but it kind of gives that impression because it really does lock your finger into that area. I don't think it's a problem. It's only a 3-inch blade, but
I was gonna say a 3-inch blade now feels like a 3.5-inch blade. Kershaw
yeah,
was clever about that. They just
yeah.
push them back far enough. Feels like a bigger knife than it actually is.
I feel
People
like
won't
there's.
realize it's a mini reptilian. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways.
But unlike a mini Griptilian, this is running how hard? Kershaw had run a test on their Instagram and
62 to
62 to
64.
64.
yeah, so for all the people bitching about MagnaCut not being
mean,
hard enough, well, this is a pretty good range. It's a pretty good
some
range.
mini grips are that hard.
Well, yeah, okay. Okay, some of them are. But only if you consider that little freak to be a mini grip. Yeah, see?
Well,
See
I
what I
mean,
did there?
Doug Ritter did. It's good enough for him.
Sue each other. Yeah.
Do each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
And fight Jake Paul.
Oh yeah. I'd
No,
get drunk
Mike
and watch
Tyson's
that
doing
fight.
that. I can't wait to see bad things happen.
Anyway.
Two worse people.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good time. You know what else is a good time?
Yeah.
Interstellar,
Oh.
Planetary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could transition well away
I
from
don't
this.
know. I don't know. Anything else to talk about? They did
No.
skeletonize it. They did ambidextrous it. If they had
Yeah.
skeletonized it, it'd actually be in the same weight as Osborne.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure why they would have skipped it, to be honest, because usually when Kershaw skeletonizes liners, it's just like water jet or laser or whatever they're doing to profile out the liners. Not sure why they would avoid it on this. Yeah, I don't know.
So they call the aluminum color nickel. Is that an accurate term? It's a nickel colored Cerakoted handle. Bright
mean-
They
nickel.
look nickel to you?
Okay, so in this photo, it probably looks a little bit closer to how it does in reality. My pictures, I think I'm using a Samsung, so
I would have
mean,
described it as beige.
Yeah, it kind of offsets the color. Beige is probably closer. Like it's a warmer tone than
Does-
nickel. Yeah.
You
Does-
can't sell beige though.
Ben's going with goofy ratings, and he's going 8 out of 10 princes because it's the Bel Air. But does that leave
How
two
fresh?
princes for the spin doctors?
Hmm?
Is that where the other 2 princes come from?
Absolutely.
Well, they're not fresh,
mean-
so I don't want them.
Don't forget about the spin doctors. Joe's not old enough.
No.
Those two princes were not fresh enough, for sure.
Oh, they were
The
fresh.
spin doctors were. They were a little hippie too. So
It's like saying that apple was
There's
good
a
2
little air
weeks
of-
ago.
patchouli and bo.
It's fine. It's fine.
Patchouli, you say? Wow.
Patchouli. Yeah. You never smelled a hippie?
Oh, unfortunately.
I know you went
Silly-
to jewelry college.
Jewelry yeah, fair enough. Silly ratings
Is
for
that-
this guy. I
Is that
never.
not?
Hmm?
So
Oh
is that
well,
not?
I mean, that was my major, sure, but it wasn't like the whole college was just that.
That's fair.
It's it's my tuition. I get to pick the hyperfocus. Yeah.
Oh, Dick Richards already snug West Philadelphia for his rating.
You know what? I never watched.
Yeah.
I never watched Fresh Prince.
Oh,
So you can
man.
keep your rating out of my damn mouth.
Dick Richards, we don't see eye to eye sometimes, but you're right. Hippies are the worst. I will
Mhm.
You say goddamn hippies almost every stream. So I just
Goddamn hippies.
that.
This is not news.
Oh, excellent.
I mean, with all of the ratings for Bel Air, I feel like it's my due diligence to jump on the fact that I'm going to rate this one DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Sorry, this means nothing to me.
I was talking about DJ Jazzy Jeff this weekend because of this knife. That's funny. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I have a really bad habit of when I'm going to lunch telling people that I'll be Bach. And then I called Mark DJ Jazzy Jeff to my Bach. But I don't think he's old enough to know what I'm talking about. So
If I don't know what you're talking about, the chances that he knows are pretty
Yeah.
slim. Pretty slim.
I feel pretty old about it.
And on that note, Interstellar, you say?
Dick Richards is we don't see eye to eye. You've openly mocked knives I like, dude. It's like we don't see eye to eye sometimes.
That's okay. It's okay.
It's all right.
Disagreeing isn't
I
necessarily a
openly
problem.
mock knives these guys like.
Oh, dude, it keeps us humble. Oh, speaking of mocking knives that I like, you want to talk about the Interstellar now, Dennis? You want to? Oh. Now, I'd
Yes.
say, while unfortunately you haven't had the chance to handle one, but you might have because one of our regulars had brought one by. I got to check it out. I don't remember if you did or not.
I think maybe I got to play with one somewhere along the way.
You
son of a bitch.
I want that stupid knife.
Don't make me yawn over stream.
The Interstellar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to open bottles. Pop
Yeah.
in bottles.
I'm into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I have like a whole subgenre that I
Can
want to start.
you pop a bottle and open the knife at the same time?
I hope
Not
so.
safely.
Well, I was like Steve Tirani style, like with the aileron knife, but like, I mean, drunk party styles. Right?
What you do, you see, is once you have the knife open, then you grab the blade and then use the bottle opener to give yourself extra leverage. That's how you do it. Make sure your index fingers are tucked around those serrations.
I don't think Steve Tirani would approve of your maneuvers, sir. That is no way to fight in the cockpit.
I'm sorry, is this another reference I'm too young to understand?
The
The Steve
aileron from
Trezani,
bench,
the aileron. Yeah.
I have no
from
idea.
Benchmade? You do know. It had the patchy thing on the blade that you snapped open.
Oh, I do.
And when
yeah,
I was talking
okay,
about
you're
opening
right.
a bottle and snapping it open at the same time, Steve Tirani style, you weren't. Oh,
No, I wasn't on board.
boo this man.
I didn't remember
Boo
who that
this
was.
man.
No, sir. They're not saying boo. They're
They're saying boo Hearns.
Boo Hearns. So you're saying that if I apply grip tape in the fuller of this blade, it would be Steve Tirani approved?
Just only if you put grip tape on the bottle opener.
The bearings in my Grimsmo say Grimsmo.
Yeah, you didn't know?
I do now.
Okay, so
Does each individual bearing say Grimsmo?
I was just going to say, to be clear, it's the cage that says Grimsmo knives, I think.
In between each bearing.
Yeah.
GR. Yeah.
That's too
I'm
funny.
geeking on it, okay? Shut up.
It's all right. It's all right.
So, some specs on an Interstellar, you say?
Please do.
You say.
Please.
So blade, not as big as a Bel Air, 2.7 inches blade. Blade thickness of 2.7 millimeters of 8CR 13 MOV glass filled nylon handle, weight of 3.1 ounces.
It's only
USA
3.1
design.
ounces.
It's not made in the USA, is it?
No. I don't think
It
so.
says USA design.
Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah, country of origin, USA design, prototype, quality control, China manufacturer. Interesting.
Hmm.
With the manual OTF is.
Oh my.
Yeah, so this is the sequel to a knife called the Capsule that they produced a while ago. Size comparison. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that was for you, Paul.
Thank you.
One construction difference that seems to have been made, aside from the addition of the bottle opener and little steel tabs for that as well. I think I took a picture. I'll show it later. But the bar that surrounds the capsule here is blue. It's a polymer. On the Interstellar, it's black and it appears to be made out of steel. At the very least, it is magnetic. Yeah.
Just high iron content plastic. It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Either way, the blade does feel substantially more secure in the handle in terms of the lack of play that it has relative to this guy. Opening action seems to be just as smooth as the original design was. But that addition of the bar of steel as opposed to a bar of injection molded plastic is it's a welcome addition. I'm just surprised to learn that the knife is only 3.1 ounces because it feels dense in hand.
Yeah.
Well,
sure
it's 2.2 ounces heavier than a Bel Air, you know.
It feels significantly heavier from in memory though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Where did you pull the spec from? Kershaw's website?
Correct, sir.
Interesting. Might check Blade HQ here because I think
he's doubting you, bro.
Well,
no.
Kershaw.
I'm doubting Kershaw. Okay,
they do insist that everything is MagnaCut, so
they do say
That is
3.1
fair.
ounces here too. I don't know whether they knives and tools is usually.
That's right, Joe. Find someone who's proven me wrong.
Not you, Kershaw. Come on.
Stop taking it so personally, bitch.
Don't worry.
Exactly.
I mean, exactly.
The fact that you use the phrase bitch kind of hits home, but
yeah, but I feel it was warranted. It's fine.
I mean, I tactically used it on myself, so who's the one to blame here?
Right?
I actually can't find it on knives and tools, so I guess that's the accurate measurement. 2.7.
It could be because it is a 0.5 of an inch thick, 12.4 millimeters. So some of the heft could be the fact that it's kind of a chunky brick, right?
It is kind of a chunky brick. It does
Might be a deceiving chunk brick.
Yeah. Like it does feel fairly substantial in the hand. Here's a shot of the pocket clip, which is a single position tip up only. Which with the addition of the bottle opener on the butt end kind of makes sense.
Now, are you going to investigate this one to find out if you can make it ambidextrous and flip the blade around in the inside mechanism?
Because I don't think. Well, okay, so you might be able to reverse the blade, but then it's going to be Pokey. It won't be lefty. Because the handle actually has finger grooves to orient you, so I'm not sure you could hold it in a reverse grip.
Oh, I want an OTF Pokey. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, all you have to do is shunk it back in to do all your slicing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
As you're going,
give that thumb a workout.
Itself. Yeah,
absolutely.
So, half serration, but it's more like a third serration because you know you're counting each edge.
So these are my second least favorite types of serrations.
It's fine. It's fine.
They're very.
You just gotta keep it clean, or it'll go dull.
They're good God. They're excessively pointy. Is the one problem I have with them. Like
wow. They won't be if you don't keep them clean. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna get it dirty. Don't you worry.
I'm
Uh,
gonna get it real dirty.
I'm gonna fuck it up. Spyderco serrations also follow a 3-point pattern, but the actual tips of the serrations themselves are not quite as fine. So they're not going to snag as badly. They're not going to poke as much, but they're not going to snag as badly.
They crown them almost.
A little
type of
bit,
thing.
yeah. They're almost radiused, whereas the Kershaws they come down to almost like a needle. I was telling Paul that, and I fully, just with full disclosure, I fully plan to buy this knife. I will probably use the serrations, let them get dull, and then sharpen it to look like a Tom Brown tracker once I'm finished. Just bevel that whole thing.
Can you mill a half stop like the Slike where it comes out just before the serrations? So you can have a plain edge Tanto that's this big and then shrunk it out when you need the serration?
That's more trouble than it's worth, but that would have been nice if Kershaw had done it.
That's exactly what it should
Yeah.
be. What do you mean more trouble than it's worth? Give me the
No,
goddamn prize,
For,
man. That's
for me, I'm not gonna bother, but but
just gonna
Dennis
buy
is
a
talking about
Slike. Yeah.
Slike here, which by the way, still haven't gotten a replacement pocket clip for this thing. I'm very salty about it, but yeah, so you could have your
You're salty
fully
about a
locked
lot of
out.
things.
Oh, dude, I'm salty all the time. Or you can have a halfway position here. Watch me stab my palm. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. One of those, but like a 2/3 stop. So it just kills it just before the serrations. And then if you have to cut a little rope or
That
some
was
cheese.
I don't hate that idea, actually.
You know.
Paul and I were talking about a seemingly now canceled Katana X from CRKT. It's not on their website anymore. There are a lot of places online that list it, but and I have a theory on that, by the way. We can come back to that later. But they had a stop that was, instead of at the halfway point, it was something like the first third. So you just have the little bit of the knife come out. And on the Katana X, it would have lined up so that for the curvature of the blade, just that would show up. Had they done something like that for the Interstellar, where it's just the front curve of that Tonto that had come up for a little box opener or something, that would have been kind of cool.
Can I have both? I want that front notch, but I also like the idea of getting like 2/3 of the knife, but keeping the serrations tucked away.
Honestly, there's no reason why they couldn't have included rails that did that. They just have a couple
and hell,
more.
once we're going into this kind of development, let's just like put the serrations on both sides when you extend it to like further out, right? Like it's
There you go.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Serrations in both directions.
Yeah.
Wow, double VEF, right?
Well, do you go one way with a VEF on one side and the other way with a VEF on the other side?
Of course. So it looks like a chainsaw. Yeah.
There you go. You got me back on board. I'm gonna be honest.
You can fully VEF around, so it does look like a chainsaw.
Oh, don't be VEFing around.
Oh.
I'll show you a VEFing around. Well, no, I won't.
Yeah, I don't think I honestly own any VEF, so I can't VEF around at the best of times.
Same. Got a bunch of fun photos of my Grimsmo, all disassembled. Sorry, I'll be on topic now.
Good times, Interstellar, you son of a bitch.
I want it.
Yeah.
They need to make this thing in D2 so I can want it some more.
So, yeah, that would be nice. The only thing I don't like about this design, and this is any open channel top-down design, is the blade is exposed. If they were going to do something other than 8CR that had better edge holding, I would prefer it to be stainless, just to avoid having moisture accumulate on the blade when it's sitting in your pocket, things like that. Not that it's been a terribly large issue for this little guy, but 8CR is also fairly stainless, especially when it is stonewashed like this.
Fine, Joe, you're twisting my arm. MagnaCut. It's sure.
So do you think, how likely are they to waste MagnaCut on a design like this? And I say waste because...
Zero likely.
Yeah. Okay, but blade designs like this are going to be a lot easier to manufacture. You don't have pivot holes to worry about. You're just, I mean, there's still tolerances to think about, but I don't know. I feel like you'd have an easier time with it. Short limited run. Honestly, fuck it. Just make it with 154 CM. I know they have backstock.
I'll take a 154 CM one.
Yeah.
Oh. I pulled out a beard hair in my Grimsmo box.
Congratulations.
Ouch.
Um,
The
yeah, I
man's
don't know
talking
what to
about his
go. I
Grimstone
don't know
with
what to do
going out
with
of the
that.
style.
It's
But the knife
Sorry,
that we have here in front of us, 8CR, what's the price point on this guy?
I don't know. Ask someone
$80.
else. No, it's on Kershaw. Oh, damn it! All the hell! I was on Kershaw Canada.
I'm
Now I'm
bringing it
on
up.
Kershaw USA.
Well, I'm looking at the USA. It's $72 normally,
It's
57.59 now.
111.49 CAD. Does
Okay.
that stat math turn out? No, does it? It's 71.99. That probably
It,
does. The fact that
that
they put
does, yeah.
promos on their own website, douchey. Stop doing that, retailers, companies.
Yeah,
Not
that's
retailers. Retailers can do it. Companies, douchey. Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Just make your MSRP and then give us that same MSRP instead of being douchey.
The only way I can see it being a reasonable thing to do is if they're trying to sell them off and retailers won't take them because they're not selling.
Discontinued models
Then
or sale
discount-
promos for events and things like that. But don't just
100%.
be like, hey, we're going to put this knife on $40 cheaper when other bimbets have to do more. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's only two of us here.
I know.
I like
The original Bimbet is just a Joe.
just. I was gonna
Just
say
chip-
I like the implication that I'm the number one Bimbet.
There's
Well-
just the chipmunks. There's no Alvin.
I mean, I was Bimbet number 3. Dennis is Bimbet number 2.
Yeah, so I'm either
are
4 or
you?
1, right?
Yeah.
4.
Point 5.
What, the lead singer's just missing all the time?
Oh yeah, no, he
He's in jail. It's fine.
He literally phones it in. It's not great.
What is this?
There's a time delay. The audio sounds messed up. Anyway,
Completely out of sync. Oh, it's a shit show.
As Bimbet number 2, I am not sticking around for the encore. I'm just saying.
That's probably a good call.
I'll be in the dressing room,
Get it?
bitches.
Good call
Yeah.
instead of an on call. Oh, hey, there's a dragonfly. I totally forgot to throw that up earlier. There's a Bel Air as well.
Makes sense that it's sub 100, Ben, but it's not because of, American dollars. What are we sitting at Cutting Edge Cutlery Co.
I don't think that it's on the website.
It's not
Oh.
on our website, but if I recall, it's like 70
Our
bucks.
web
80
guy
bucks.
is
I want to say
really
it was 79
99, yeah. That's
somewhere in there. Yeah.
I think that was the math we did because we were figuring out pricing. Yeah. I don't think this is too out of line as far as pricing goes. I think that's pretty reasonable for what it is.
This is a knife that I would buy and enjoy until I was no longer keen on it, and then gift to somebody. Preferably somebody that also enjoys a nice, refreshing Harito.
Yeah.
Why is that the requirement?
Bottle
Because it's
opener.
got a bottle opener.
Oh, I see.
I do like that out the fronts are becoming more mainstream. Manual out the fronts, I should say. Very safe. Lock is to disengage. It's only going to go inwards. Your fingers are not really in any danger if the lock fails. It does limit the ergonomic profiles of knives. You're never going to see like a super crazy bullshit handle like this with an out the front blade, or at least you shouldn't. God, I hope you shouldn't.
I mean, they made a banana into a OTF.
Yeah, but that's still like two parallel lines. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But
Touche.
I do think that it is a good knife for most people. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong here. Nothing I would really criticize too hard outside of the fact that it does have a bottle opener, and that can be a little bit awkward ergonomically. With a design like this, I don't know if it's going to get in the way too much. It's certainly not going to stop me from buying it.
I want a modern, traditional top flipper boot that's a bottle opener.
Thanks, I hate it. I hate the mental scarring you just gave me.
Yeah, that's what I want in my life.
Just to scar
Also,
me.
one of these.
Yeah, exactly.
Bringing it back around.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know if the bottle opener is really going to be a selling feature for a lot of people. Got to be honest.
Makes it
Do
a
you th-
multi-tool.
do no no?
Like, come on. No? Does it not? There's more than one tool?
I hate it.
I'm just saying, from like a
Look,
legal standpoint, it might
I-
actually make it a multi-tool, depending on
I don't see that holding
how
up
many
in any
tools
court
consider.
anywhere.
Say some sort of, again, buyer's market. You might get away with it. It's
Depending on what the legal requirements are.
those
If it-
goddamn buyer's markets.
If it's literally 2 or more functions, this would qualify.
I suppose.
For
Honestly,
the record, this knife was released in 2022.
Is it really?
yeah,
Good for us. Good for us for finally getting around to it.
yeah.
I mean, I dig it.
It is extremely solid in hand in terms of the feel overall. I'm comparing it directly to a more expensive knife, the Slike, which I really should have. Well, I didn't. We didn't know we were going to get that in for, but
Yeah.
this is about the same size end to end. This is about a 3-inch blade, I want to say. I have not a ruler, but hey, a caliper. Yeah, it's 3 inches just below the dip here, where the handle kind of swoops down. This doesn't feel nearly as solid as the Interstellar does. And that's due to a few different factors, largely the contact that keeps the blade from moving up and down here, even in the open position, is it's just a little bit gappy. With the Interstellar, it seems like you get full engagement when the knife is actually open.
Yeah.
Does that matter during use? Not necessarily. This still works fine as like a little cutter, but it certainly feels more premium by comparison. And that kind of hurts me because it's like, oh, it's Boker, it's D2, it's G10, it's aluminum, it's cool. Yes, that's all true, but I think the actual mechanical function is just executed better in the Interstellar. And the Slike has been really hard to get in Canada historically. I've also been looking secondary to see if I can find these again. There was 1 or 2 shops that were carrying them. I don't see them anymore. If the Interstellar becomes the common option, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Ben made a comment. It was so ugly, he'd probably pick one up, and it actually made me realize that this Tanto knife, half serrated, looks like every other Kershaw budget flipper assisted Tanto
Yeah.
Kershaw half serrated on the market. They just happened to put it in a manual OTF blade.
They are definitely reaching for a very specific audience.
But it has the same as the filters and the manifolds and the all of those budgety.
Yeah.
It sure
think-
does.
I
You
think
can
they're
chop the blade off of one of those and put it in here,
Yeah.
and no one would be the wiser. It's
Even the design work in the handle is straight off of
yes.
what is it? The muffler.
I can't remember.
Muffin that's Man? I was gonna say that's the muffin. That's sorry.
No, there's so many ones. Maybe it's called the exhaust. I don't know.
Oh, God,
They just like to put
The manifold.
manifold. That's the one.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
Yeah, it's the catalytic converter. You know.
Yeah.
Is it even on their website?
It's the pistons.
Manifold is not on their website.
The name doesn't matter. The point is that it's just they're flipping through the dictionary and going,
Oh,
that
sure.
word.
But that being said, I don't think that this blade solution is a solution's not the word I meant to say, but anyway, I don't think this is necessarily the wrong choice. This is going to have really broad appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's going to get this mechanism into more people's hands. And if it is popular enough, maybe we'll see a more premium version from them someday. Maybe with aluminum handles. Maybe
Has
with
anyone
D2.
mentioned the fact that fuller is just gonna put shit inside the handle?
No, but I fucking hate it.
Got a fuller. I'm gonna trap some shit in there, and then I'm gonna slide my knife closed, and that shit's gonna fall inside my knife handle.
Look, it's where I store my emergency peanut butter. Okay.
Oh, stop that. All right. So
can you strike a match on the opening by tucking it in there, and then?
I hope so. What if I put like the red phosphorus stuff from a match?
The strike anywhere?
Yeah.
Then you just got a flare gun in your pocket, like
There you
one of
go.
those like Harry Potter ones that
Like, I'm not
shoots.
talking about like the stuff from the top of that match heads. The stuff on the side of the box.
Oh, I
So I
see.
can strike any match.
In the
The gri-
middle of that
grip
thing?
tape.
Yeah,
In the
I'm
fuller.
in.
Grip tape in the fuller. Come on.
There you go.
Well, yeah, that's not gonna help catch stuff to slide in and out of your handle.
That being said, it reminds me of something that Microtech did recently with their newer models. They started introducing what they call crud cutters.
Oh.
Basically, like there's these serrated like treads in on under the sliding action of their buttons. The idea being that anything that goes down there is going to get pushed by the button into those little cutouts, and it helps the action stay smooth. And in the meantime, there's less surface contact, so it actually is smoother. That's kind of neat. I don't know that this is really going to affect the action all that much because the folder is so deep, but it is gross that it's there because you're going to have to think about cleaning it out.
Quick. Go ahead.
Shout out to Keith the Knife Freak. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, said he got the Bel Air, picked it up. Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing with it because these sons of bitches surprised it on me this weekend.
I mean, if you these sons of bitches, you mean FedEx?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And by FedEx, I mean you were in cahoots with FedEx.
Obviously.
Oh, y'all.
You think I'm wow. I can't believe you think
Me
so
and
little of me.
my marker what's it called? Patinas. Black marker patinas.
Yeah, that Patina's super sus.
It's so ridiculous. I love it.
So yeah, I don't know if I got anything else on the Interstellar either.
Like I said, I would love to have a D2 version.
I'm glad it exists. I hope they come up with a fancier version at some point.
Mm-hmm. Like I said before, I'll probably pick one up and enjoy it for a little while, and then it will make its way into somebody else's pocket.
I'm not going to enjoy it, and I am not your queen.
Yeah. How funny would it be to just randomly just like walk up to a stranger and put it in their pocket and walk away? Like if you found a knife in your pocket randomly, would you just assume it was like a murder weapon?
That somebody was specifically trying to frame me with, because otherwise, yeah, burying it or throwing it in a lake or river would probably be a better option. So,
Oh, it would.
yeah,
be.
no,
So,
I would feel so super targeted.
Like,
So
what are you
weirded out
doing,
by it?
sir? What are you doing, sir? You're just like random knife kindness. You're like,
Yeah.
that's not a thing, sir.
I'm bringing
Like,
it back.
Those words don't go together.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. I guess that's it.
So,
I dig it.
yeah, I don't have much, seeing as how I haven't played with them, so I have no thoughts. Told you. Nothing to contribute tonight.
Decent pocket clip on both.
Oh, I have a photo there.
Well, one of them's ambidextrous, so F you.
Yeah, but I mean, do
I
you
talked
want to put
about
a
that.
pocket clip on this side?
P-Cal styles. I'm doing it.
Give her. I'm into it. I'll do it with you.
You just have a pocket clip that telescopes, slides
All right.
on the button.
On
With
the blade. With the blade. Yeah.
That
You
it
gotta
just
build it so it fits into the fuller.
collapses fire bellows style, and then just extends out and follows the track of.
Of course. Makes perfect sense.
You could just give me most innovative design award now.
Yeah.
Most innovative? Sure. We'll stick with that.
This is a drawing I did on a napkin.
I mean, if we
I
knives can
win.
do it with the goddamn double helix.
Don't worry about it.
Wow. They didn't. They just walked away with some bling.
Yeah.
Like, check out what we did on a napkin.
Did they not have a prototype when they won that award?
No, they had full
Okay.
blown variations
Okay.
of it. I'm just
I thought for a second you were saying there they walked up with the
they were
prototype
like,
drawing.
hey man, what if we did everything on the outside? Anyway, Paul,
Yeah.
what were you saying?
I was gonna say Ben's asking us to check out a Bare Essentials wallet-sized, I think, field sharpener. Is what it was. The only thing I don't like about this knife is tip down carry. That's nonsense.
Wow, you have to get to your bottles first.
Yeah, just put it. Just have the bottle opener stick up just a little bit too much, so it jabs me.
You obviously haven't trained with Steve Girardi with this knife. Come on.
Clearly, I'm gonna back pocket carry it. It's fine, and I'm gonna turn it into a Pical. So
Wow. That'll get shit done in a cockpit for sure.
yeah, you shouldn't shit in a cockpit.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
It's not called a shit pit.
It's like,
Listen. It's not called a sit pit yet.
Yet.
I'm gonna change
me,
things.
me and the co-pilot had a disagreement. We'll see who gets the last laugh.
Sir, why are your hands covered in blood?
It's not blood.
He
I
didn't
think you
want
know
me
why.
pooping there. It's
It's dookies.
Uh,
all right. Scores. Anyone? Scores.
Mm.
I was gonna give it a rating, but as I prepare to say it, it sounds too much like an innuendo, so I'm gonna think of a different one.
Oh,
I was gonna say it's out of this world.
the old in and outs.
Yeah.
Terrible, Paul. That's terrible.
Yeah,
It's not out of this world.
It's
I mean-
literally in our shop.
I mean, it can get
It's
shot into
Interstellar.
space. It can get shot into space.
There you go. See, I was leaving room for you to have one of your own.
That's not even my score. That's not my score.
Oh, I lubed my detent. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what you get when you mess with the warrior.
I forgot how fast this ridiculous thing is.
Yeah.
7 wormholes out of 10. Does the other 3 wormholes also go to the spin doctors? I'm not sure why, but it's a theme. I mean,
It's just a
maybe
wormhole full of princes.
Oh God. Oh God.
they're fresh. They're fresh.
I hope so.
Do you know how
Full
long-
circle.
How long they've been in that wormhole? They're not fresh.
Eternity.
And no amount of time, all at once.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, you just go with it. You're like,
Oh.
yes, I see. Yes.
All the princes, all of the time.
If I say yes, will this
And
go
just
away?
the time. So, I was gonna score this. It's the Interstellar, and it would be a lot better if it was the Intergalactic, because then it
Mhm.
could be the Beastie Boys, and they've been known to let the beat drop. So, yeah,
Don't drop this, it'll end up in your foot.
it's not. No, it'll just slide back in. It's
I
like
know,
one
man.
of those fakey knives, the novelty knives.
One of them fakey knives.
Yeah.
What do you got there? One of them fakey knives? Ah!
Pretty sure you have to give that to Alec Baldwin. I'm pretty sure he knows how to use all the fakey stuff on set.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah. There's that.
There's that.
Trying to think.
Terrible.
Hold on.
Terrible. Trying to
Rating.
think what?
Well, I had some. Oh, okay. I got it. It's dumb. This is the knife, with all its safety and its bottle opening needs, that I would hand off to an astronaut, so that they could make some interstellar cuts. Wah, wah, wah.
Are they? Are they interstellar?
Yeah.
It's tip down, you sons of bitches.
What? It's tip up.
It is tip up.
It's tip up.
It is
Because
tip up.
That's how they got
Yeah.
confused.
That's why. That's why even they got me mixed up there at the end.
Yeah.
They got you.
You keep on talking about this knife like it's positive. and at least I changed it where it wasn't good enough to be the Beastie Boys. So
What if I just use a like round rod to turn the smaller serrations into larger serrations?
That would
So it's
be
just
better.
five
the-
big serrations?
Yeah, but from the backside, like a Sabenza.
Yeah. No. United Cutlery used to do that shit too,
Okay.
way back in the day. Yeah.
On their 3CR blades, yeah.
And if we're gonna reference Paul's work between Chris Reeve and United Cutlery,
Hey, man. I see.
Oh, I had other examples too. I mean, it could be the
Go on.
Harley Davidson version of a United Cutlery. Even
Is that better or worse?
no, it's the same.
Oh, I was gonna say it doesn't feel better.
Oh no! Oh no!
All
So,
right,
we're
all
burying
right.
Paul on channel today, I guess. God damn. All
It's
right.
fine. It's fine.
It's the roast of me.
Dang.
You're talking about interstellar cuts here on this thing, like it's not 4 mils thick. No, it's not 4 mils thick.
Like, 3.1 ounces certainly sounds like it's way out of line if this fucker's 4 millimeters thick. Jesus Christ.
2.7 mils thick. It's not horrendous.
Fairly
You know-
slicey.
You know what? Benchmade needs to come out with a manual out the front Adamas. As soon as you said 4 mils thick, I'm like, oh, but you know
That's
what's.
so stupid.
I'd buy
it's so
it.
dumb.
I'd
I
fucking
know.
buy it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the worst
Wouldn't have-
part.
You wouldn't have to worry about the lock failing as much.
No, you wouldn't.
No Omega springs.
Yeah.
No Omega springs.
It's a
It'd be a
win-win.
coil spring. The handle shape would barely have to change at all. Just make it slightly bigger. Yeah, you could do it.
Chris Pobran,
It's 'cause
thanks
they
for
are.
joining us. They are OTFs, but they are Canadian-friendly manual OTFs that Kershaw's produced. The capsule on the bottom, the Interstellar that we just had a look at tonight. Some of us did. Some of us weren't there for Saturday deliveries.
Is that the Blade HQ logo in the handle of the Interstellar?
Don't worry about it.
This is my conspiracy theories. It's fine.
It's not really the same, but it is
No.
similar.
Yeah.
It is very sus though. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, where are we going from there?
I got
Straight to hell. I don't know.
one thing.
What you got? What you got, Willis?
It's not much, but have you guys heard of a company called Pyrotech?
No.
Pyrotech.
Sounds like a
Like-
pirate-themed techno
Ooh.
band.
Well, you're not far off. It's
Nice.
a pirate with a CH on the end. Chris, we have both of them. Maybe on the website? No, we do have the capsule on the website. The original smaller one, the Interstellar, should be coming soon. CuttingEdgeCutleryCo.com. We're gonna slag that because we work for that company here in Canada. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Don't worry. We'll talk shit about knives we don't like, even if they're from Cutting Edge.
Oh yes.
Just like Dennis just did. But there is Pyrotech. Okay, I recognize the logo. I recognize the Pyrotech logo.
Well, the Pyrotech logo actually looks very similar to
I recognize this knife.
the
I know-
token.
This thing.
Do you know this thing?
I do know this thing.
Does Paul know this thing?
I don't know. I
What
think
thing?
he might. I think he does.
What am I thinking?
The Kraken knife? Are you familiar with
I don't know.
said?
I'm waiting for it to show up so I can tell
Oh.
you the
Well.
answer.
Are you not
well-
live?
I am.
Oh, I apparently I'm not. Oh, there we go.
I
Oh,
had to catch
that'll
up
do it.
halfway through the stream as well for some reason. But
Okay.
the Kraken
I'm
knife
not aware of the Kraken.
No?
is a titanium. What is the blade steel?
390.
That's what they are.
Oh, cool.
S90V. Yeah, with a
Is the detention system magnets in the handle?
So that's just for attaching the handles itself. All of the construction hardware is underneath those handles.
I
Steel
see.
liners
So you just
with
kind
an
of
access lock
pop them apart.
and
Okay.
Yeah.
magnetic titanium handle options.
They don't show you in any of these photos here. It looks super clean.
That does look pretty clean.
I have a government mandated brake rule
Even
away, you know.
the what's it called? The pocket clip plate
The
looks
little
like it's
tab there,
puzzle
yeah.
pieced, so it fits in and then lays down and holds in place.
Yes, that sure seems to be the case.
That's clever as fuck.
It's
And I
not
like their
bad.
logo.
So I I don't know. I don't know. It's gimmicky as shit. Don't get me wrong. But for somebody who wants a knife with no visible hardware that isn't a Reich lamella or other similar knives, this is a much more way to do it with handles that are hot swappable in the most true sense I can think of. Like, you don't have to play with any screws or mechanical anything to get this apart. Um, Now, rare earth magnets these days are supposed to last like in excess of 100 years. Like most of them are rated for like 80 years plus, I think, at
What
reasonable
happens
strength.
after your magnets expire?
Then you sue the company who made them. I don't know. I don't know.
Do they just crumble to dust, or
No, I think they just lose their magnetism after a point.
that's nonsense?
I don't know enough of the science of magnets to really say what the expectations are supposed to be. Hardness on the S90V blade though was 61 plus or minus one. It's a 3 point spread, but that's still not bad. Oh, and it comes with a certificate of each knife's independent hardness. That's a kind of a nice little touch as well.
Independent hardness. Interesting. So it'll actually tell you the 62-point ping, and Rockwell ping should be somewhere on the blade.
Looks like there's normally three divots for an average test. That's pretty cool.
Hey,
Dude, they're telling you it's a 180 grit quartz black bead blasted finish for the handle. So if you wanted to replicate, now you don't know what PSI they're using in their blasting machine, but that being said, they're telling you a lot about this knife in this little write up here. That's really cool. So if you
and the
wanted
price point.
to, sorry,
And the price point.
I
I don't know
haven't
if you
actually looked.
saw.
300
Okay,
USD.
so
That's not bad.
well, is that on the fancies?
No, that's just on the standard. That's the
Okay. Yeah.
Pyrotech Kraken. The first run limited edition is 280, so slightly cheaper. Um,
And then
Sold
individual
out,
scales are 150 to 200 bucks a pop for the
depending on what you're
individual
getting.
swappable
Yeah.
scales. Yeah.
Can I buy my scales individually? Can I
Yes.
buy one Timascus scale at a time?
No.
No, it looks like you have to buy them because but it comes with a matching pocket clip,
Okay.
so that's pretty good value, I would say, for what that is. At least for the anodized version of 160, that's not bad. They have this crystallized titanium scales, original ice, they call it. Kind of a weird frosted finish. It's neat. Kind of reminds me of galvanized steel a little bit, but it's not a bad thing.
It's a little bit like the Benchmade cracked ice.
Yeah. Well, and then they did the Sakura, which is just a pink, but they got to name it after a cherry blossom, which kind of sucks some people into it for sure.
I mean,
myself included.
I was gonna say, I actually really don't hate the look of that.
The pink?
Because
I like the pink.
Named Sakura.
It's kind of reddish down in this photo. Yeah. Now, if the photo here is to be believed, there's a slight cutout for what appears to be an Omega spring. So does that mean that to swap out the Omega springs, all you have to do is pop the scale off, and then you can immediately get to it?
100%, sir. You can see in that one picture that they're popped out. The Omega springs are exposed.
On this one? I don't see it here.
No, you had a picture.
Oh, okay. I must have scrolled past it without realizing.
Maybe not. Maybe I have the picture.
That does me a fat lot of good, but all right.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm not worried. Isn't the right word. Wait, whoa! Hold on. They got a 3DS XL and is that a Roastcraft slip joint? Oh no. Okay, no, that's just the Blade magazine with the Roastcraft slip joint on it. That's funny. Why the 3DS? Anyway, I'm asking the wrong questions. Where's that photo
So
of, of the springs?
I don't
Oh,
know if I can see it. I don't know. Okay, I'll just send it.
kind of. That's fair. That's fair.
I'll see if I can send it.
Oh,
I
oh
just
my!
followed them on the.
Look at this customer photo. Hey Paul, this is how you use a pink and purple light. Sorry. Uh,
Rude.
yeah, a little bit, but I gotta make a callback somehow.
Am I behind again?
I was gonna say, well, I haven't seen it yet either. I'm wondering if it's a black and white picture because that'd be funny.
No, it isn't. I'm not that clever. It was a color photo.
I'm not that clever.
So, oh, wow! They did their own size comparison. There it is next to a Sabenza, a 940, and a Hinderer XM8. Is that an XM18? Looks a little small for it, but anyway, yeah.
I'm not seeing any of these photos.
No,
Did you get my photo?
I'm
Oh,
just
I
refreshing
see that photo
email
now.
now.
Can you show me the pink and purple light again, you dick?
No,
I missed that part.
I don't know where that photo went.
No, it was just the
Here you go.
tie,
I found
flame
it.
tie on
Mm.
the color on the handle.
But
yeah. Oh, it was the Interstellar pen. That's what it was. Yeah. This thing definitely has some Insingo vibes.
Definitely feels a bit like a Sabenza.
Oh,
Of some
there's
sort.
the photo of the Omega Spring. Yeah, that's awesome.
So to swap out Omega Springs, you do this now.
Which is pretty goddamn easy by comparison. And if you're absolutely a true lunatic, you could just carry your knife like this. Unfortunately, there's nothing stopping you because the hardware is all safely secured under the scales here.
We Knives is the only company that can do that. We already had this conversation.
They do have they do have a patent. You are correct.
But yes, you can see clearly there, Omegas on the outside. Swappy, anytime they break, nice and easy.
The shape of the Omega Spring seems to be a little bit more relaxed too.
Stretchied, a little stretchied.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is interesting.
Paul raised a good point. Just an FYI, Paul, you guys are about 21 seconds behind live. That's due to the latency mode Joe switched to stop the buffering. That is correct. I never actually swapped back to the low latency. I might try that as a tester before next stream. I was just nervous of putting it back to the low latency mode because of prior experiences. Although we've been excellent connection all evening, according to the stream health manager here. Yeah, but super cool. I've seen. I want to say it was Metal Complex talking about this this knife. It may have been someone else. Maybe it was Neve's Knives. I'm not sure. Pretty neat concept, though. Pretty goddamn neat.
I like the ease of Omega Spring swapping. Does it come with like a little baggie full of 100?
Every third time you open the knife, the spring fails, so you have to reload it like it's a
reload.
Are you kidding me? There's no tension on that Omega Spring. Like you were saying, it's loose as loose can be.
Yeah, but you still have to compress it, right?
It's just a hard wire. It's one of those flattened ones.
It's normally straight. It's actually under a substantial amount of pressure.
It just wants to constantly straighten.
Yeah, this thing fires like a fucking automatic every time I go to open it. What the hell's going on?
It's an interesting hole for the access bar too, but in the body of the knife.
Yeah,
but obviously not in the handle scale.
It looks like that's meant for you to be able to drop the access bar into place or the crossbar lock into place without having to take the rest of the knife apart. Which again, smart design. That shows they were
Yeah.
thinking a little bit about it.
Little shimmy slide, you know.
Does that mean though that if both of my springs were to go, that my access bar is just gonna plump?
Only if you
Or-
had the outer scales off.
But what's holding them? Is there like a lip that I'm not seeing?
So, in order for your fingers to access the nubbin for the access lock, it has to protrude above the scale. So, as long as both scales were on, theoretically that bar shouldn't be able to move back and forth anyway.
Okay.
Theoretically, because there should be like a little shelf, and I don't think this is going to show up on the webcam. There's no way in hell that's going to show up on a webcam.
I know there's a shelf
but
on a
there's-
regular Benchmade.
I
That's what I'm saying.
imagine it looks like there is on this one as well. I could be wrong, but it sure looks like there is.
I guess if it can't travel far enough back to get to that hole,
Exactly.
then that would
And
hold it in even without a shelf. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up to speed.
So as long as the outer scales are connected properly, you should be good. Now they haven't pulled a NAFS lander and made the files for these scales publicly available. I imagine. I would assume that these are proprietary to them.
No, but what is interesting is go to their founding members.
I like the fact you can see the puzzle piece.
So they're crediting people who bought the knives, the original 200.
Yeah, like
Oh, Zack of the Wild is number 200. That's funny.
Oh, cool.
Everyday City Candy. I recognize most of these names. Interesting.
especially the last ones. Yeah, WMK. Who is WMK?
There's a lot of WMKs.
I know,
Don't know.
but interesting. Purvis Knives is in here.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, founding members being the guys who bought the first 200 of them. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This thing's ridiculous. The lube has seeped into all the right places, and now it's even scarier.
That's what she said.
It's even scarier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really thought you were gonna say I don't like it there, and I was so ready for it.
No.
Oh, it would have been
Yeah.
hilarious. Super funny.
Better next time. Better luck next time. Better
Yeah.
next time.
Better next time.
You know who is? I am.
Yep.
Oh
Whoever
boy.
you think you are, I am.
Whoever you think you are.
I
I don't know if you know that reference, Joe.
I
but
do, and it's devastating.
It's amazing. Some bomb dropped.
Yeah. So Pyrotech, cool shit. Is this their only product from the looks of things?
I think so. One knife. They did a drop. Made some money. 200 of them. Good to go. But bam, they got a pre-order for the new one coming out. So that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'll be keeping tabs.
Yeah, kind of fun.
Absolutely.
I have one more.
Do ya?
I think it came out last year, maybe late last year. They've done a couple different versions of it now. I like to double back on the company quite often. I am a fan of the Monterey Bay knives.
I think I have
I am.
bookmarked. Let me see.
Is it a slayback?
No, screw
What
you,
the-
hippie.
Then what the hell do I care?
Oh, you will. You'll care.
Paul.
You'll care.
He's gonna explain it.
I'm just
There,
Give
there's
the
a
man a
nice-
chance to speak, for God's sakes.
no.
I'm on their
Are you-
website, Dennis. What
are
am I
you-
what am I looking for?
Are you fools done? Come on, like it seriously. There's a knife called the WPK that came out just recently. I want. Give me.
The watch pocket iron weave engraving. What the watch?
So you don't
Okay.
necessarily need the iron or the Iron weave.
Oh,
I want that hammerhead shark bottle opener. How many of all the dollars is it?
Too many dollars.
it's just a little
Yeah.
guy. Wait a second. Is it only textured on the front side? And it's right hand only. That's not very nice.
That's a fun texture, though.
S90V 6364. Holy balls.
Yeah.
All
Doing
right,
it
I
up
take it back,
solid.
Dennis. You got my attention.
And it's only 110 American.
Well, it's
And
just
they
a little
make a
guy.
non basket weavy version too.
Oh, well. So the only version that's on this page is the basket weavy.
Well, other than the pictures, right? Because the picture has a non-basket weavy picture.
No, it doesn't. Because that's the opposite side of the knife. Who knows what the other
Oh.
side looks like?
Fair enough.
It's a shame that this is right hand only when it's a wired clip, but
Mm-hmm.
this is a knife that's so small you could almost just take the clip off and shove it in the
Yeah.
pocket.
I thought the original one I saw was not, and they do small runs, so maybe I saw it 2 or 3 months ago, and then I just got reminded about it. But I don't know. Anyway, it could just be a half and halfy thingy as well.
I do like both options. If there is both options, the basket weave is cool as hell, but the plain is also very nice.
But yeah, S90 at a 63, 64.
It's
I'm down.
insane.
That is
Down with-
ridiculous.
Down with the swirl.
Down to clown.
That's crown. Okay.
So
Actually,
135, that's kind of a weird measurement. What is that?
That hammerhead bottle opener is too expensive, but it is significantly less expensive than I was expecting it to be.
Monterey Bay is okay, man. They're okay.
So
Yeah.
I thought that was a weird measurement. 0.135 inches is 3.5 millimeters. That's
Thick
odd. That's oddly chonky.
for a blade. Yeah.
It's got to be because it's 64 Rockwell, bro.
I guess you don't want to blow the fucking edge out.
I'm gonna Scandi grind it. It's S90. I can take it. It's fine.
Don't Scandi it. Full zero. Full flat, right down to an apex. Can't chip your apex if the whole blade's an apex, right?
Exactly.
Either way, looks cool.
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen. Back orders, they suck. Dave. Dick.
Dave.
Dave's not
Mr.
here.
Dave's not here, man. Yeah.
Dave's not here.
Oh.
Anyway, good times. Yeah, back orders suck. You all get your fun little gifty gifts when back orders don't suck.
And
What are you
not a
talking
moment
about?
before.
Oh,
Mostly
yeah.
because,
Yeah.
it's physically impossible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, good times. Little nuggets, tidbitties to finish it off there.
The old tidbitties.
Don't worry about them.
I'm
Yeah.
not worried.
Worry a little bit. I mean,
Please don't explain that. Just leave it right there.
Nope.
It's great.
Nope.
It's perfect.
Leave it alone as it is.
It's perfect.
Say goodbye, folks.
because magnets.
How do they work?
Who
You'll
cares?
never know.
Just stick them on your knife. That's how it stays sharp all the time. It's like having one of those like edgy sharpeners inside your knife.
Joe, what if we just left?
Well, when I leave, the stream ends, you see.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Good night, folks. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on the Bel Air First Impressions and Reviews. Also, Interstellar from 2022, because that's cool.
We got it. It finally showed up.
Yeah, thanks to the Cutting Edge to bring some of that fun stuff in so we can play with it. Good times. Good times.
Absolutely.
Thanks for continuing to take away my money.
thanks to Instagram for people still following us, like over and over again. I'm very confused by this process.
Ever
Sorry?
growing with
Our
our
ever-growing
silence.
Instagram following, because we're
right.
the only group that hasn't been banned yet.
I was gonna say we dodged the shadow ban. We dodge rolled, motherfucker.
The first
it.
rule of the Pokey Factor is you don't post on the Pokey Factor.
You're welcome.
Second rule is
Don't-
we don't understand.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No. Thank you to all the guys on Patreon. Yes, Dick, you as well. You've contributed and we appreciate it. And Ben as well. And all the other guys. Stanson, Black Frost, Darren Windsor, Fiskies, all the good times. I don't know. I might have been missing some people up in there. But yeah, thank you to everyone. We are sending those things out as soon as we get them, but apparently they tell us no. Good times. Good times.
Indeed. They tell us no. No.
YouTube, like, subscribe, share videos all the times, all the
Indeed.
things.
Do it.
I think that's it.
Come on.
I think so.
We got a couple more weeks before I have to run away. And maybe by have to, I mean beaches
Mexico?
and sunshine. Yeah, damn, dude. I'm out. Like shit's for real.
You didn't even mention mango margaritas. I don't even know who you are anymore.
No, don't worry about it. That's vacation. It's vacation, Dennis, and not I need 3 Romaxisets, Dennis. There you go.
Oh,
that's a different Dennis rather than right now. Let me tell you, Mango Margarita Dennis is a ghost in the wind right now.
That is fair.
All right, guys. He will very soon, actually. Thanks for joining us. We will see you all here again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, same bat stupidity. Having said that, thanks for joining us. 7:15 Mountain Standard Time, daylight savings or not, we're here. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
And I'm XL.ca.
Daylight savings time sucks. Have a good night, everybody.
Indeed.
So is it Mountain Standard Time one half of the year and not Mountain Standard Time the other half of the year?
I prefer not to think about it.
It is a different name